What's going on, guys? Welcome to this episode of Aussie English. I have had, to put it bluntly, a pretty shit day and a pretty shit night. And so I thought I would chat to you guys a bit about that and a bit about meditation and why I like it and how I like to use it in order to calm myself down and relax and de-stress, get rid of my anxiety, okay? So I found this really good article about the benefits, 12 science-based benefits of meditation. I thought we could take a look at that, but first I thought I would tell you about my day and why it has sucked. So last night, as you guys may or may not be aware, I've been making videos in Portuguese to practice my Portuguese. In one of my previous videos, I encouraged you guys to get out there, to start a YouTube channel, whether it gets big or not, and to work on your English. But I'm trying to do that as well. I want to walk the walk as well as talk the talk. And I want to make my own channel and use it as an excuse to practice my Portuguese. Anyway, so I've been trying to do that. I create videos in English, obviously, because I have an English channel on YouTube that you're currently watching called Aussie English. And I thought, you know what, I'll kill two birds with one stone. And after I do the English version of these videos, at least the ones that I plan out and a kind of, a class style video, I'll do them in Portuguese as well. It can't be that hard. It's hard. And so it usually takes me about 3 times longer to edit, to create, to write the video in Portuguese, or translate the video from English to Portuguese, than it does for me to set it up and do it in English, which is fine because it forces me to practice. Anyway, the other day, it took me 40 minutes to record this video. I was making so many mistakes and I wanted it to be perfect. I'm a bit of a perfectionist. I want things to be great. And I finally got it done. I left it on my computer for probably, a week, because it took me a long time to do the episode in English. This was the episode linking vowels in English, right? We link vowels, 2 vowel sounds. We can use a W sound, a Y sound, and an R sound in Australian English. So I created that video in English and in Portuguese, and last night I finally got around to editing the video in Portuguese. I put it on my computer. I was using it in a program called Premiere Pro, which is for making videos. So I'd edited it. I had put all of the tags, I guess the writing that comes up on the video, right? So I'd made all of those text parts to pop up, disappear, the little, animations as they come up. It took me 3 hours to do. And I shit you not. And that's a way of saying I kid you not. I am not joking. I'm not shitting you. I shit you not. Right as I was finishing up, the program crashed. And I realized that I haven't been saving it actively. I know you're going to be thinking, Pete, you're an idiot. What the hell? Why didn't you save it? Usually, Premiere Pro auto saves. So every 10 minutes or so, 5 minutes, whatever it is, a saving little icon comes up and it's saved. And I just assumed it had been doing that. It hadn't been doing that. So when I loaded it back up, not only was the one in Portuguese not there, completely gone, the one in English that I had created, from which I was taking those tags that I had done in English and I was making them in Portuguese for the Portuguese version, that video had disappeared as well. So I had to start from scratch again. And after doing meditation for quite a few years on and off, I'm a pretty relaxed person. So it gets to me, it irritates me, it pisses me off. But at the same time, I have done a lot of mindfulness meditation and it's very easy to let those things go. Obviously, at the time, it was probably 10:30 at night and I was like, screw this. I'm not doing it for the rest of the night. I'm not starting again and spending the next 3 hours here until 1 a.m. finishing this video. I'll do that tomorrow, whatever, when I get up. So what did I do? I did that. I went over to see Kel and told Kel what had happened, gave her a hug and was just like, just wasted 3 hours of my time, good times. And then after that, I went and meditated for about 20 minutes. And I did that because it's a really good way that I've found of resetting your emotions. Anytime you're upset, you're angry, you're scared, meditation, I've found, is a really, really good way of taking your mind off of that thing and resetting your emotions. So anytime that I get annoyed, frustrated, angry, whether it's, Kel and I having a disagreement, something like this on the computer happening, someone else doing something to me in life, maybe I get injured, whatever it is, if something bad happens that can affect me emotionally, maybe physically as well, but emotionally primarily, I usually meditate. I go away, I find a quiet spot, and I look up on YouTube. There's some really good videos. If you type in guided meditation, and guided meditation is where the person guides you through the meditation. So they tell you, breathe in, breathe out, relax, feel your hands, feel your feet relaxing, all of that sort of jazz. They guide you through it. Usually you can hear things like the ocean waves or maybe rain in the background or, chimes, people singing, monks singing, Buddhist monks, and that kind of stuff. So it's very relaxing, but I found that's really, really good. So you follow what they say, you do the breathing exercises, you try and focus on your breath, and it helps you to really de-stress. And usually after I've done 10 or 20 minutes of that, usually I just finish the video on the computer. I usually have the computer next to me on the ground, make the screen go black so I can't see it, but I can hear the YouTube video, and I'll put headphones in so I can hear it, and it blocks out all the other sound. After that, I usually feel refreshed. I don't feel angry, I don't feel frustrated, I don't feel sad. I feel like I have hit the reset on my emotions. So I really recommend doing that, guys. If you have a bad time in life, whether it's a small thing or a big thing, try meditation if you haven't already, because I found it to be a very, very potent and effective way of mediating your emotions. Okay, so I thought we could go through this article and talk about the 12 science-based benefits of meditation. So the first one here, reduce stress. Stress reduction is one of the most common reasons why people meditate. Big surprise, right? One study including over 3,500 adults showed that it lives up to its reputation for stress reduction. Normally, mental and physical stress cause increased levels of the stress hormone cortisol, and this is why I think it's so important to try and control cortisol, because it has harmful effects, as it says here. It's part of the harmful effects of stress, and it releases inflammation-promoting chemicals called cytokines. So, reducing stress is first and foremost on the list. Controlling anxiety. So less stress translates to less anxiety. For example, an 8-week study of mindfulness meditation helped participants reduce their anxiety. So this is obviously long-term when you do it periodically on a day-to-day basis for a long period of time. A larger study in 2,466 participants also showed that a variety of different meditation strategies may reduce anxiety levels. Obviously, yoga's thrown in there too as another great way of reducing anxiety. Number 3, it promotes emotional health. Some forms of meditation can also lead to an improved self-image and more positive outlook on life. 2 studies of mindfulness meditation found decreased depression in over 4,600 adults. One study followed 18 volunteers as they practiced meditation over 3 years, and the study found that participants experienced long-term decreases in depression. And again, this looks like it's tied in with reducing those cytokine inflammatory chemicals that are reduced as a response to stress, and they help you mediate mood and reduce depression. And I don't think I've ever talked about this on the podcast, but I suffer from depression, or at least I have in the past, and I take medication to deal with that. I don't really like talking about it a lot because I'm not much of a negative person, So anyway, I went to the doctor today, and this was tied in with also why I had a shit day, because I had to get my medication renewed. So all I had to do was go there with Kel, 5 minutes, I just need a new prescription. And the lady's like, when was the last time you had your blood tested? And as Kel knows, and most other family members know, I hate blood tests. I am a bit of a wuss. I'm a bit of a wuss when it comes to blood tests. I don't know why it is. I just really hate injections. So it's a phobia. I'll be a man. I will man up. I will say that. I will admit it is a phobia. I don't know why. I can go in, I can do it, but the reaction I have is involuntary. I can't control how I start to stress out. I freak out. I panic. I still force myself to do it. I still put my arm out. I still allow them to take the blood, but it gives me anxiety, it freaks me out. And so the last time that I did that, which would have been in like 2013, 14, I didn't give blood, I had my blood taken, in order to check my liver enzymes. And the nurse took it. I sat down in the chair and she just kept taking vial after vial. I think she took 3 or 4 different vials, and I could hear the glug, 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 as the blood filled up the vial, and that just freaked me out. Anyway, I did it. I was like, okay, not feeling the best, I might lie down, and I fainted. I fainted on the table that she had there. Like, I was lying down when I fainted, so I didn't hurt myself, but I remember that I just had no physical control over it. Anyway, that was the reason why today was shit. I had to go get my blood taken all of a sudden when I was just getting these medication prescriptions renewed, and it was just unpleasant. But I said to her, I was like, to the doctor, I said, when she asked, when are you going to go do it? Because I want to have a look at your liver enzymes and just check everything's okay. And I was like, I better just do it now, because if I don't do it now, I'll delay it and I'll just never do it, and it'll be hanging over my head. So that's another sort of thing that's tied in here. I try to avoid stress. I try to avoid anxiety because of depression to some degree, but I just know that that's going to hang over my head like a sword of Damocles if I don't do it straight away. So I went and did it straight away, and it wasn't pleasant, but I got it done. Anyway, so promotes emotional health. Go meditation. Number 4, enhances self-awareness. So I guess this sort of ties in with the previous one, where some forms of meditation may help you develop a stronger understanding of yourself, helping you grow into your best self. For example, self-inquiry meditation explicitly aims to help you develop a greater understanding of yourself and how you relate to those around you. So I found meditation to be really good, both with number 3 here, promoting emotional health, and with number 4, because when I meditate, although a lot of people tell you you should, not think of anything, right? And no one ever achieves that. I think there's no real point at which during meditation your mind completely stops. It's a constant battle of it slows down. Maybe it does quote unquote stop for a moment, but it isn't a process, at least that I can achieve, of just hours of just blank in my head. But those times put me in a very relaxed physical and emotional position where I can think about my issues. I can think about mindfulness, right? I can think about why I'm upset, why I'm scared, why I'm frustrated, and I can remind myself that it's just an emotion. I can let it go, and then I just focus on my breathing again. And so it's one of those things that's really good, because even if you don't have depression, even if you're not a depressed kind of person, it's always really good to obviously have emotional health, where you understand your emotions and you appreciate that they can come and go, right? So I found, at least, that doing meditation has allowed me to control my emotions a great deal more, and has taken the control of other people. So if people treat me horribly, or if something bad happens, ultimately I am not just a leaf in the wind. With whatever situation occurs, I react in an emotional way. I get upset, I cry, I get anxious. Instead, I have much more control over that now. So if someone, say, cuts me off in traffic, I relax. All right, maybe they didn't mean to do that. Why am I angry at the moment? I'll let it go. Or if Kel does something that frustrates me, I'll think about it and be like, is it worth getting annoyed about? So yeah, it's very good with regards to self-awareness. 5, lengthens attention span. Focused attention meditation is like weightlifting for your attention span. It helps increase the strength and endurance of your attention. For example, a study looked at the effects of an 8-week mindfulness meditation course and found it improved participants' ability to reorient and maintain their attention. And this is something that's obviously really, really important today because of, I'm filming on my phone, because of phones, right? I find all the time that I'm looking for my phone, I'm pulling it out at the first sign of boredom. It's a bad habit, right? Because it's a negative habit. You're constantly looking down at your phone as opposed to noticing the world, thinking about yourself, allowing yourself to be bored and just enjoying the moment. So yeah, meditation is obviously something that will help you there if you have a shortened attention span as a result of the internet and things like YouTube and using your iPhone or your Android phone all the time and expecting, the next big thing right now, right here. Because I found that my attention span became very short. Number 6, may reduce age-related memory loss. Improvements in attention and clarity of thinking may help keep your mind young. Curtin Kriya is a method. It's not a name. It's the name of the meditation. Curtin Kriya is a method of meditation that combines a mantra or chant with repetitive motion of the fingers to focus thoughts. It improved participants' ability to perform memory tasks in multiple studies or of age-related memory loss. Interesting. Number 7, can generate kindness. There you go. Some types of meditation may particularly increase positive feelings and actions towards yourself and others. That's something that I sort of noticed when I was doing the mindful meditation too. When some of the guided meditations you'll come across are what I would imagine is some sort of empathetic or kindness meditation where they encourage you to let go of emotions and be kind to yourself and thank yourself. It sounds a bit cheesy and lame, but it's definitely helped me try and be a better friend to myself as well as a better friend to others when I, think about these things whilst meditating. Number 8, may help fight addictions. The mental discipline you can develop through meditation may help you break dependencies by increasing your self-control and awareness of triggers for addictive behaviors. Number 9, improve sleep. Now, this is something that I have definitely found because whether it's because of the antidepressants I take, because of the caffeine that I take, because of the hours that I get up in the morning and try and, work until late at night, the screen time that I have, I find it hard to sleep quite often. Nearly half the population will struggle with insomnia at some point. And one study compared 2 mindfulness-based meditation programs by randomly assigning participants to one of 2 groups. One group practiced meditation while the other didn't. Participants who meditated fell asleep sooner and stayed asleep longer compared to those who didn't meditate. Interesting. So when I used to do meditation, it would always be before bed, ironically enough. You might be thinking, that's a weird time, but I did that because by the end of the day, my mind is kind of everywhere and I needed to sort of quieten it down, slow it down. And it timed well with doing that before you go to sleep because usually that's part of the reason I can't get to sleep at least. And once you finish meditating, you tend to be very, very relaxed. So it does help you go to sleep. Number 10, helps control pain. Your perception of pain is connected to your state of mind and it can be elevated in stressful conditions. For example, one study used functional MRI techniques to observe brain activity as participants experienced a painful stimulus. Some participants had gone through 4 days of mindfulness meditation training while others hadn't. The meditating patients showed increased activity in the brain centers known to control pain. They also reported less sensitivity to pain. There you go. If you're extra sensitive to pain, meditation might be for you. Number 11, almost finishing. Number 11, can decrease blood pressure. Number 11, can decrease blood pressure. Ooh, okay. All right, that's interesting. Meditation can also improve physical health by reducing strain on the heart. Over time, high blood pressure makes the heart work harder to pump blood, which can lead to poor heart function. High blood pressure also contributes to, this is a hard word, arteriosclerosis, or narrowing of the arteries, which can lead to heart attacks and strokes. A study of 996 volunteers found that when they meditated by concentrating on a silent mantra, a repeated non-vocalized word, reduced blood pressure by about 5 points on average. Wow. All right, number 12, finishing up. You can meditate anywhere. Obviously, there is a benefit to being able to close your eyes, relax, calm yourself down. You can meditate, obviously, for short periods of time, for long periods of time. It's something that you don't need anything to be able to do. All you need is your own time and your own body. I guess that is literally it. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. It was just a bit of a rant from me and, sharing my stories why I had a bad day. Maybe this is also helping me deal with this emotionally. I hope you enjoy it. And I would love to know in a comment below if you guys already meditate and what kind of benefits you've found from meditation. Anyway, thanks for your time, guys. Make sure you download my podcast, the Aussie English Podcast. If you haven't already, it's a great way to improve your English. I'll see you next time. Peace.